Good morning, folks. This is Deb Delapiana, and this is your short take. So, yesterday, we had a momentous event in Clowngress when we voted, not we as in us, the people, but we as in our elected representatives in the House, voted right along party lines. I believe it was, 221 to 212, to formalize the impeachment of President Joe Biden. Now, I'm going to take this opportunity to remind everyone who may be disgruntled with President Biden, and I'm talking to some people on the left, apparently, that your poor voting record contributed to our losing the House of Representatives. 52% of registered Democrats in the midterms voted. That's it, 52%. Pew Research shows that at 55%, the Republicans win. So at 52%, who do you think was going to win? But that same research shows that at 60%, the Democrats win, and at 70%, the GOP is put out of business. I'm going to suggest to you this. There is no way for Joe Biden to do his job to the level that you want him to do his job when the GOP owns the House of Representatives. They control the budget moves. They have to pass and weigh in on every single bill. Once you have given up one section of our legislature to a party like the GOP, you can expect almost nothing to be easy, and you can expect that not everything you want is going to get passed. And you have seen that. And that is not Joe Biden, my friends. That is you, the voters, that put us in that position. So as we move forward to 2024, you can understand why I get upset when I hear that the Democratic voters are upset with Joe Biden, even as we have a man running on the other side who is leading his party, who is indicted on 91 criminal counts, is threatening to install authoritarian rule in this country, is consorting with world leaders who are fascist pigs. And you are unhappy with Joe Biden. What are you unhappy about? Your money? Really? Well, let me tell you something. You are falling into the myth that the economy sucks. Because I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Do I consider myself, living high off the hog? No, I don't. I live on my Social Security retirement, which, by the way, will be another victim of the GOP if you allow them to win. And, I've got to believe that the Democratic voters out there aren't all wealthy people. I've got to believe there's a lot of people like me who live on their Social Security retirement. I guarantee you it doesn't matter who the fuck you install from the other side by being dissatisfied enough to not bother to vote for the Democrat, Joe Biden. Your Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid will be going away. Okay? You can count on that. They've literally told you that. Even the great Nikki Haley, who seems to be the antidote to Donald Trump of the GOP, is going to take your Social Security away. Got a clue, okay? So you can understand why I get upset when I see the ambivalence on the Democratic side of the aisle. It's disgusting. It's revolting that we are going to turn this country over to a pack of fascist authoritarians. I can't possibly see what you can see in that. We have Cornel West out there, who is a zero, okay? He's a zero. Now his latest proclamation is he doesn't think Joe Biden's going to make it to the primaries. Can we really stop now? This is just the most unbelievable. You know what? There was another president just like Joe Biden who got no respect even from his own voters. Do you remember his name? You should, because all you do is talk about what a saint and an honorable man he is on Facebook. His name is Jimmy Carter. He lost his second election. Okay? The parallels are crazy. But we all love him now, don't we? Yeah, you all love him now. So let me advise you of something here. The GOP has no priorities that benefit the American people. The next piece of legislation is going to be yet another anti-trans bill about transgender people playing sports. That's their priority. That's everything that they do. Okay. If they're not fucking something up, they're, further oppressing the human race in some manner. Every group has its attack point. Okay. So we're going to go back after trans people again after the holiday break, after we make merry with our families in our homes and talk about Jesus and love and the wonderful spirit of Christmas. All these fucking losers will come back into the legislature and pass oppressive legislation once again. Okay. And we'll continue on with the ridiculous, browbeating of Joe Biden, who is just trying to do his job. Okay. Now, he doesn't spend hours on social media. He doesn't spend hours railing against everyone who's done him wrong. He doesn't spend hours criticizing the human race. He's just trying to do his fucking job. Maybe he's not flashy enough for you. I don't know. Maybe you find people like Donald Trump more entertaining. I really don't know there either. And this may be what you seem to see as a unorganized rant, but it's not. I'm making a point here. And the point that I'm making is all of the unhappiness you have with Joe Biden is because the Democratic Party voters did not bother to show up during the midterms, even after 8 years of exposure to Donald Trump. After 8 years, you couldn't show up. What are you waiting for? Were you waiting for the presidential election? Was that what you were waiting for? What's the matter? The midterm's not big enough for you? Guess what? You know what's necessary in this country? Just even beyond 2024. Let's say everything pans out in 2024 and the Democratic voters wake the fuck up. Let's say that happens. Let's say we get our majority back. Do you think we're going to get all of this fixed up in 4 years? You know what? You're going to have to change your whole way of thinking. We need to change the paradigm in America, where we come out and vote and get everybody back in place. And then we just go back to, I'm not going to vote this midterm because, hell, there's nothing interesting going on. Or I got something else to do that day. I mean, we keep talking about making it a holiday, but you know what? Even when it's not a holiday, we can find at least an hour to show up to vote. We can vote by mail now in states where we have normal governments. You know what? I can't help you. Nobody can help you unless you decide that you care enough about your freedom, your children's freedoms, your grandchildren's freedoms, this country, and the fact that the earth is fucking burning. The fact that we have the Ukraine fighting for democracy and we can't fund the Ukraine, but we don't even care about democracy here a whole hell of a lot, apparently. You better start caring, because Joni Mitchell once said, don't it always seem to go, you don't know what you got till it's gone? I've got to tell you something. If we lose in 2024, that is the last free and fair election you're going to see. And then please, folks, do not come whining on social media about how sad it is that we are in a fascist state where we can't vote anymore, because they will not leave. You have a nice day.